So we're continuing this series on how we help the affordability crisis, right? There is a serious affordability crisis. Median prices to buy homes have gone up by over 100% over the last 10 years, and prices for rent has gone up too. So we do these things called owner finance deals. So what we do is we borrow private money on a 5-year term. We buy a property. So we only buy it in cities where we know we can evict quickly. And then we sell the property on an agreement for deed. Now, these things don't work in New York, but the way it works is you're basically selling the property, but they don't get the deed in their name until they finish paying off the amounts. So we buy a property for a smaller amount, somewhere 30, 35,000, and we sell it for a lot more, 70,000. But the monthly payment, it's a very small deposit, so $2,000-$3,000 down, and the monthly payment is $700-$800, significantly less than a mortgage payment would be, and significantly less than rent would be, right? So the property we're doing now is a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom. I think rent would be around $1,100 in Toledo, maybe $1,200. Not a small house, 1,500 square feet. Let's say $1,200 rent, and we're selling it on an agreement for deed for $750 a month. It's affordable. So what's happening a lot is that people who want to fix up the house, because sometimes these houses need work, are going to do the work and then rent them. So they're paying us $750 and they're renting them out for $1,200 and making that difference after they put in their money. This happens a lot, and this really helps the affordability crisis because people that cannot get a house, maybe the person doesn't have good credit, maybe they can't show income. We don't do any background check or credit check. We don't care because we still have the deed, and if they stop paying, we evict them, and if they continue to pay, everybody's happy. There is, as we discussed in the previous video, I don't see any holes in how this cannot work. Someone stops paying, we evict them, and then we sell the house again to somebody else. Almost every person who buys them is improving the property. So we have an asset that's improving. Technically, we've limited our upside because we sold it for X price. Assuming that person pays us off, they can refinance early, they can write us a check, or they can pay us for 30 years. Either way, the asset has usually been improved significantly. They're taking a house that needs work and doing the work. I don't have to do the work. But this allows people who simply cannot afford the down payment for a house or qualify for a monthly payment for a house to get into a house that they own themselves. Sometimes it needs a lot of work, sometimes it needs a little bit of work. Obviously, the price, how much of a down payment, the total price, and the monthly payment are going to be reflected in how much work it needs and what needs to be done in the property. But this is how it works. So as a lender, I don't see how you can lose because we're constantly going to be making payments to you in the event that we always have reserves to make payments to you, even if the person in the house doesn't make payments to us. If the person doesn't make payments to us, we're going to get them out and sell it to somebody else. So that's the basic gist of it. An agreement for deed is something I was completely unfamiliar with. It doesn't really work in New York. People are crazy here. If there's an attorney, they're not going to agree to it. But it's very commonly done other places. It's an agreement. You give me X now. You pay me X every month. And you get the deed when it's over. It's the opposite of when you do a standard purchase. You get the deed right now, and then you make payments for 30 years. And when it's over, you get a satisfaction of mortgage. But on an agreement for deed, you don't get the deed. The deed stays in my company's name until we're paid in full. And I think this is one of the ways that we're really helping affordability problems. We're going to talk about the other way, which is co-living, starting tomorrow. But if you have any questions on how agreements for deed or these prices, or you're interested in lending, we have plenty of these properties that you can lend on. It's a 12% fully amortized product. It's a great product. You get a payment every month. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you very, very much. Hello.